Good afternoon, students. So, in the previous classes, we have discussed elaborately about the various aspects of materials management functions, advantages, applications, and inventory control advantages, and various SAP, different companies, and the software solutions, how they are helping to the material management and material managers and inventory managers to provide a better solution for the handling of material management. It is a very broad topic. We are learning very part of the system of material management. So in previous classes, we also see the ABC analysis, various techniques and software solutions which are playing a major role in controlling the material management, because these material management to by controlling the material management, a company can reduce the inventory, optimum of inventory level, as well as investments, capital investments, as well as the business can run smoothly. If the company is doing a material management in a right way, then the company can be expected that their financial as well as marketing and distribution system is optimum level. We can expect that is the main important aspect of this material management. So in previous classes, we have learned so many things, and you also written the CA exam very well. I have seen the some of the answers of your a little bit confusion was there, since it is a multi-choice question. Otherwise, I feel that you are answered quite in a right way. It is not that is very much disappointing. So in further, we are going to learn about the another aspects, some other techniques of material management, which is FSN analysis. Earlier we see the ABC analysis, now FSN. FSN stand for fast moving, slow moving, and non moving inventory item, which is again it is a resemblance to the ABC analysis. They are segregated three divisions, and we can increase the number of groups in ABC analysis. Here the fast moving, slow moving, and non moving inventory items are how we have to segregate it, how we have to procure, and how much we have to keep, and how much we have to distribute to the system, can be elaborately explained. The purpose of FSN analysis is to consider quantity, the rate of consumption of product, and how often they are issued, and to use this information to guide decision about placements in the warehouse, considering picking and packing to reduce time of labor, frequency, and recording, or even phasing out certain items. That is what I have explained. That to keep the C, if suppose A, B, and C classes are together in the classes, I cannot identify who are all attended the classes. When I am seeing after the class by 5 o'clock, A section this many number, B section this many number, then C section, we are identifying that okay, these are all the people who are attended and not like that. The FSN also, the fast moving, slow moving, and non moving inventory has to be maintained very perfectly in the warehouse. That is the idea of that. For FSN analysis, to be successfully implemented, it requires considered analysis of which products fall into each of this category. Very rightly said in the presentation. So we have to first identify what are all the products should be in the fast moving, which products should be in the slow moving, or how many number of products are in the non-moving category. So depends upon the products numbers and quantity and the investment, we have to segregate it. Then it is very simple to adopt the FSN analysis. This is done by ascertaining certain pieces of information, such as the average stay in inventory and consumption rate of items, and identifying a period for analysis according to the following formula. So many formulas are available to categorize from the to decide fast moving, slow moving and non moving items. We cannot just like that see if some 100 or 200 products are there, one person is working for more than 20 years in that same store, then he will automatically will say that, sir, these are all the fast moving item, I know that, and these are all the slow moving which is not moving very well. So that product and all never will move, so they keep on in the rack. So he will know that. Imagine that some 20,000 products are there in the store or the warehouse. How a person or a group of people can identify these are all the fast moving, slow moving and non moving? So it is very difficult. So nowadays the computerized software solutions and these techniques are identifying with the formulas how we have to calculate. So average stay of the product in particular that store or a particular cabin is calculated by cumulative number of inventory holding days divided by our unit time, total quantity of items received plus opening balance. A very simple formula, which is average stay for a particular product in the store is identified, which is very simple. Then consumption rate, how the product is consumption, total issue quantity, how much the particular product is issued from the store divided by total period of duration, how long the product was in the cab in the store, that can be identified by the consumption rate. So average stay, consumption rate. Average stay means how long that product is stayed in the store. Consumption rate is how much that particular product is consumed by the manufacturing or wherever the product required by the product. These are all some of the important tools are the formulas which will be very much useful for the FSN analysis. Then once the average stay and consumption rate have been calculated for each product in inventory, very carefully you have to see that you cannot search 20,000 product is there. I cannot identify for each and every product the average stay, consumption rate. Sir, how it is? It is computer job. Now part of the work is done by the computerized system. We already learned how the computerized material management system is helping for material management. So each and every product, the average stay and consumption rate is required. The cumulative average stay and cumulative consumption rates can be calculated with subsequent percentage of the total derived from which of the products are fast moving, non moving or slow moving status can be assigned. So depends upon the average stay and consumption rate, we can calculate the cumulative fast moving, slow moving and non moving status for the particular products. So cumulative average stay and consumption rates can be calculated when order into descending order and ascending to the following formula. So depends, see, there is a technique is there in the store. We can purchase the product in descending as well as ascending order. So it is a different segment. I don't want to include in this FSN analysis. So for we will go through it, then we will see in other day about that particular discussion. So the cumulative average stay, here we have to concentrate only the FSN analysis. So cumulative average stay is equal to average stay of item plus average stay of all items that stay longer in inventory than itself. It is very simple and it is very complex. So the average stay of a particular day, how many days a particular product is stayed over there, plus average stay of all items that stay longer inventory than itself. There is a cumulative average stay, and cumulative we can easily understand once the formulas can be accepted by yourself. Just wait. Cumulative consumption rate is equal to consumption rate of item, a particular item, plus consumption rate of all item consumed faster than itself. If a particular product is consumed one day, some 5 numbers. If another product is consumed by per day 50, means we can identify the cumulative consumption rate. So that is why they have mentioned here. So these two factors, average stay, consumption rates, and cumulative average stay and cumulative consumption rate will help us to identify the fast moving, slow moving, non moving analysis and segregation of these products in the groups. Then percentage average, again it will be what is the percentage of average stay for a particular product. Cumulative average stay of item divided by cumulative average stay of all items. See, imagine, is it possible for you manually calculate cumulative average stay for all items? It is very, very difficult. For individual product, it is very difficult. For all items, it is very, so all these aspects, these formulas are constructed and identified by the computerized software. So we want to just learn about. Into 100 is for the percentage. Then percentage consumption rate is cumulative consumption rate of a particular item divided by cumulative consumption rate of all items into 100. So it depends upon this percentage average say for a particular product and consumption rate can be identified. Depends upon that product are, if the particular product percentage is very high, it will be fast moving, and it may be, you have to keep the percentage level or the numbers level, which product should be in fast moving, slow moving and non moving. So correct FSN analysis takes into account both the average stay inventory and the consumption rate of items as a combined value to determine the final FSN status of inventory to direct subsequent decision making. That is what I already told. So to make a final decision, we need average stay, cumulative average stay, average consumption, cumulative average consumption, then percentage average stay, percentage consumption rate. These three formulas are now we have to understood. But manually, even 100 products are now available in a particular store. As you are a store manager or purchase manager or inventory manager, you will not be doing all these calculations, because the number of stay for a particular year or a month or a 6 month will be identified by the computer softwares. They will be doing these formulas and they will give the numbers, and you have to make even the further software solutions are depends upon the number. They will be segregating fast moving, slow moving and non moving item. As a manager, you have to keep the inventory for fast moving, slow moving and non moving. See, if your product is, as a manager, now I am always talking about, you consider maybe a person as a manager. As a manager, you are sitting in the store or you are inventory manager. For a non-moving item, you cannot invest more than a lakh. For a fast moving item, you cannot keep same amount or the same quantity in a rack. It is a worst case scenario for any company. So for non moving and fast moving and slow moving item, we have to fix the volume, quantity and business expectation level and the investment. That is the main idea. These formulas are just for our remembrance. These computerized system will be taking care all the calculation of FSN. This average stay, consumption rate, cumulative average stay, cumulative consumption rate, percentage average stay and percentage consumption rate. You, after identification, you have to make the store as a right one for approachable for the company. That is the main idea. I always stress that these computerized programs are done by the software people. Now with the help of software, we have to run the company in a smooth way for the employees as well as the employer satisfaction. So both employer and employee is satisfied by you, then your job is very perfect. You may be a good purchase manager or inventory manager or a store manager. So your job is here, you have to satisfy the employer and employee in the name of investment, in the name of supply. For that you have to become a master in this, and you should not stay with the calculations and the formulas. That will not help you to become a manager. You will be always a calculative people. Then most of the people I saw that, sir, I will do the max or any percentage or analysis, I will draw a structural equation, or I'll do a formula, deriving a formula, I am expected. Nothing will help in actual practice of work. You have to have a capable of handling how to use these calculations. Doing a calculation is very very simple. So I want to touch here some of the, see, in physics and maths, these people are writing the exam, the rocket science, everything will be in calculation. Nothing will be utilized by the public. It has to be in practical, it has to be in application system, it has to be practically utilized by the consumer or the public. Then the formula will be absolutely accepted. Without application, simple calculated, the computerized programs, nothing will help to the public or the even the employees. You have to understand. So read the formula, understand the formula, and remember the formula. But as a manager, as a management person, you should have a capable of utilizing that formula to the employees, employer and public profitability. That is the main idea behind the management concept. Very very important point I have discussed. Most of the times you now I feel that you are very much familiar with the online classes. So it is the right time you become master in management, not by the calculations and the numbers or the formulas. Formulas are available for the computerized people. As a executive person, as a manager, you should know how to utilize the software solution for the employer, employee and public users. That is the main idea behind the management. Okay. Then the basis of FSN analysis is to derive vital data to help guide inventory management decision. That is what I have discussed this much of time. These may include where products should be placed in the warehouse. See, that is what, after segregating fast moving, slow moving and non moving, you should keep the product in front, fast moving, like that. The warehouse, see, if you get a chance to visit the very big warehouse or a big store, you can easily identify it. They will be segregated the products like A, B, C or numbers. That and all depends upon the individual warehouses and their system. But see, most of the top companies are very big companies. Still, they are not applicated or applied these analysis in a right way. Sir, we are following more than 50 years, 60 years. All the stories I know about you, you are all doing the business in your home. It is not possible keeping a mobile phone and reading with the textbook. Or in the, see, whatever I am saying is very difficult to digest, because these software solutions should be 100% applied. Then only the results will be produced. Sir, I have a computer, but I am partially utilizing. I have a store management software, but I am partially utilizing. It is not at all possible. See, I am not saying that you should learn only in computer or you should learn only in text. For business purpose, these computerized solutions are providing enough advantage, but we have to follow 100%. What is the disadvantage? If we are following 100% with the computerized system, no manual changes or any assistance cannot be done. That is very big disadvantage. We will learn quickly. I have discussed about this all thing in previous class itself. We have to use the computerized form techniques or the softwares 100%. Then we will be benefited more. For example, here the fast moving item could be placed in the location that is easily accessible. That is what I am saying. If you see lot of the stores, they are using the traditional system of ABC or 1 2 3 numbers. Depends upon that only I will keep, sir. It is not like that. So it can also help determine which items are non-moving and costing money to hold. So if your product is lost in the ground, you can identify that this is very slow moving item, we should be keeping in a very less amount of investment. And what item may require altered ordering plans because they are slow moving. So depends upon the fast moving, slow moving and non moving, you can easily place the orders and physically you can identify the products. So the computerized systems and software solutions has to be applied 100% for the benefit. Or otherwise, sir, I am keeping the computer and using my traditional system. That is happening in the world, that the computerized softwares are claiming that we are the world runners, and the other hand, the peoples are saying that the traditional system is playing a major role. These computers are my supporters. I am very much worried about the current system. Okay, that anyway I have discussed it so many times, but people are not ready to change. They keep on wanting to see. Even in I say okay, we will leave it, we will see in later what will happen. When making inventory decisions, it is important to base them on real data and intelligent calculation to ensure the best outcome in terms of supply and demand. So it depends upon the, see, we should have, already we have discussed about, for any inventory manager, the data, real data is very much required, and intelligence calculations also required for the keeping the item demand and supply management. For help in obtaining this data, a managing inventory, generally it is important to adopt inventory management software specifically designed for this purpose. So whatever we are discussed, the sixth slide or the presentation is showing that inventory management software is essential for perfectly doing the FSN analysis. You may ask, I was working in more number of companies, the software solutions will be available in the computer, but the persons who are unaware about the software facilities, he will be keeping, because he is paid only 7,000 to 10,000 rupees. If you want to benefit get a benefit of these computerized software solutions, a computerized software solution expert should be in the warehouse. Even some cases the experts are there, their calculation is not doing. Then think about a ordinary 10,000, 11,000, 12,000 paid person. How will he will manage the inventory, and what will happen to the companies? These are all the important factors, applications of management concepts in the practical business. I know that you are all, so many people are doing the business. Please apply, kindly apply your management concept in your business so that you will be benefited more. Then slow movers are defined. Then here the till now we have seen the at last they are saying that inventory management software is required for FSN analysis. So then the other question is arised here is, how to identify slow moving inventory, sir? As per the calculation, you are we have calculated the fast moving, slow moving and non moving items. So the slow moving items identification will be, so again I am remembering you that if 200 products are there, it is easy. Some 20,000 or 30,000, 40,000 products are there, it is very difficult. We have to see the slow movers are defined as inventoried items that have had very little customer demand over a given period of time. But what constitutes as little customer demand, and how long of a time period justified slow mover? These are questions you may be asking yourself when you are conducting inventory audit. So how long a product is, see, somebody is getting a mark of some 50 60 mark, keep on how long he will be in 50 60 mark, suddenly one day he will become a 80% mark or a 90% mark. So we have to thoroughly analyze the product. The product is in which category. Again, the same one in ABC analysis also mentioned. Here we are some more further identifying very purely about the product categories. So how we have to calculate the slow moving inventory? Inventory turnover, one formula is there. Inventory turnover ratio, that is cost of goods sold. What is the cost of the goods divided by beginning inventory plus ending inventory divided by 2. These are all the formulas. Remember the formulas. These formulas are applied in the software solutions. Now we have to, as a manager person, we have to know about the formula, but we should know how to apply the software solutions in the business. That is the very important. Then average day to sell inventory. Average day to sell will vary from business to business and product to product. A general rule of thumb is that an item is considered slow moving if it has had less than 6 months of demand. So it is a very vague formula, but it is utilized by some of the organization for the calculations purpose. So these are all some 5 way to identify slow moving, because it is very difficult to identify which category product this is. It is not some very simple to identify these products are fast moving, these are slow moving or non moving. So that's why they are giving different number of identifying methods. Then holding cost, how long a product is cost holded by that particular product. This is the cost a business incur from storing inventory. This could include the cost of storage, depreciation, staffing, maintenance, insurance, security, and overall cost of capital for the business. So this much of expenditure has to you should know about the cost of storage, depreciation, staffing, maintenance, insurance, security, and overall cost capital of business. Depends upon these total volume of cost carried out by the individual products, it may be considered as a slow moving product. Then determine gross profit, how much the product is providing a profit. Once all the costs have been attributed to the item, determines its current gross profit. When identifying a slow mover, it is important to see how the cost affect the selling price and what that does to customer demand. So these are all the simple calculations, but as a theoretical part we have to know that, but we have to aware about this is not nothing to do with the modern computerized system. Then forecasting, using short term and long term historical data will help you discover pattern in your inventory, whether it is a seasonal, promotional, or overall trends. You can compare inventory turnover rates against customer demand upswings and maintain what may seem like minute change at the time. We need management attention in a longer term context. Knowing your item's gross profit, its inventory cost, and seasonality flux will help identify which inventory is moving slowly and empower you to make informed inventory decisions. So these are all the forecasting techniques. Already we have discussed so many times. The forecasting is very important. Data forecasting, demand, supply, all economical terms which is very much applicable for the inventory management. So I depends upon the seasonal. Some of the product may be very sold in the summer time or winter time. So these are all the factors can be forecasted and properly can be identified for the slow moving item. It is very important to identify which product must be in the slow moving inventory. So these are all the 5 different method which is available to identify slow moving inventory. Then another techniques are, because why very specifically here slow moving or spares, it can be, you see in our syllabus spares also included. So these are all the some of the products we have to keep a very, see always in fast moving some 500 products are there in the store. Fast moving maybe 50, non moving maybe we keep it as 30. So 50 plus 30, 80. Out of 420 items are there in the slow moving. You cannot keep the 420 items in the slow moving and keep on running the business for so long, so many years or a period of time. You have to change the product time either to fast moving or non moving. Keep on, we have to alert the products. That is why the identifications are very important. So for slow moving identification, inventory planning and management is tricky thing. Get it wrong and you will be faced with either an out of stock situation or an abundance of slow moving inventory. For this phase, we will focus on how to best identify slow moving inventory. Slow moving inventory is generally defined as a stock or products that sit in your storage room or warehouse for a certain period of time. While the classification of what can be considered slow moving varies depending on the product or industry, very particularly. Again, most organizations already consider stocks that have not shipped within 90 days as slow moving. It is one more method of identification of the slow moving is if it is saying more than 90 days, it is not at all moving, it is considered as a slow moving. So here in material management, what is so important is various techniques are already elaborated by so many peoples. Various methods are available, traditional methods are available, but all these things are now constructed or constrained, or they are giving a very good approach is the computerized software solutions. They are providing everything. They are claiming that we have know everything as a customer's as a company's expectations, and we have discussed so elaborately, and we are creating the particular software. Now it is up to you 100% utilize the software's facility and benefit out of that. It is not easy that keeping a software with you and you are not applied the 100% software support and you are claiming that my business is not doing well. It is not the software creator problem, it is software applicator problem. So as a manager, as a business management person, you should know how to utilize the 100% efficiency of the software to the applications of the business and benefit out of this. So this is the what today I have discussed is the core of the material management as well as management system. Now this computerized world's claiming is we are providing everything to you. It is up to you. You benefit out of it or you can utilize as per your expectations. Now as a business manager, as a manager, now we have to be highly equipped with the computerized software solutions applications. So I am not saying that, sir, for particular day I will use the mobile phone or a software for 20 hours. So I am expert in, don't, I know that you are all expert in PUBG also. That is not the way. You should know how to apply the softwares. Maximum in software, a good manager has to spend 10 to 15 minutes in a day for a business. Maximum the other applications has to be because as a manager job is we have to manage the people. So any person who is sitting in front of the computer in the office, he may be expert or he may not be that much expert with the software solution, but he has to apply all management concept in the software so that the company has to be benefited. So for that I am claiming that as a manager you should keep a very good software aware person with you to do the work. Not like PUBG or keeping your mobile phone or your computer is a system for keep on doing the work in computer. It is not required by any manager. A software identified knowledgeable person should be worked under you to do for a better business. Okay, these are all the core of the modern business system and material management. Now today we are learned about the slow moving, non moving and the fast moving item analysis. So in future classes we will see all other inventory management system elaborately.